Namaskar dear students, welcome you to our channel Bio by Gulab Sir. As a part of series of lectures, today's topic is exchange of gases. We already started a chapter exchange of gases and breathing as a respiratory system of human being. Now when we inhale, that how oxygen get diffused in blood, and when we exhale, how carbon dioxide get diffused from lungs alveoli to outside. Now here, this is what a diagrammatic presentation to understand exchange of gases. Exchange of gases basically depend upon partial pressure. It is also called as partial pressure theory of exchange of gases. What is partial pressure? It is the individual pressure or pressure of that individual gas in the mixture of gases. So unit pressure exerted by that individual gas in the mixture of gases is known as partial pressure. So that make the difference, that make the gradient across the membrane, and therefore the diffusion of gases, it depends upon the pressure of gas, solubility of that gas, thickness of the membrane and concentration gradient. So now here this is what very clearly shown that what are the partial pressure at each level, at each stage and at each place to have transport and exchange of these gases. Basically we have this oxygen and carbon dioxide to be exchanged and transported. So here this is what lungs alveoli. When we inhale, the final destiny after breathing is lungs alveoli, and this is what pulmonary circulation, that is between heart to lungs and lungs to heart, and this is systemic circulation, that is between heart to tissue and tissue to the heart. Now as you are get aware about this diagram, now let's see that partial pressure which present in air, partial pressure of oxygen is denoted by PO2 and partial pressure of carbon dioxide is denoted by PCO2, and it is always in unit mmHg. So here partial pressure of carbon dioxide in air is 0.3 mmHg, and that is of partial pressure of oxygen is 159 mmHg. Now when we inhale, already there we are also removing carbon dioxide from blood to lungs alveoli. By that time when we inhale and air reach to the lungs alveoli, partial pressure of oxygen and carbon dioxide get changed, because partial pressure exerted by exhaled carbon dioxide or removed carbon dioxide from blood to the alveoli is already 40 mmHg, and therefore when we inhale the air, that PCO2 become 40 mmHg and PO2 get decreases because of that oxygen diffused from blood to alveoli. PO2 become 103 mmHg. That is what from 159 to 103 mmHg. Now still that blood, impure blood, deoxygenated blood which carried through pulmonary artery to the lungs has PO2 40 mmHg and PCO2 45 mmHg. That means concentration and gradient of carbon dioxide is more to diffuse out from blood to the lungs alveoli, and concentration gradient for oxygen is less inside the blood, therefore oxygen diffuse from lungs alveoli to blood. So see, the partial pressure of oxygen in alveoli is PO2 103 mmHg, and partial pressure of oxygen in blood it is PO2 40 mmHg. Therefore oxygen from lungs alveoli get diffused from its higher concentration to lower concentration inside the blood, and now this pulmonary vein carry that oxygenated blood to the heart. Now left auricle of heart receive pump into the left ventricle, and left ventricle pump to the all parts of the body. By the time partial pressure in pulmonary vein, it is PO2 95 mmHg and PCO2 40 mmHg. That is of when it is pumped through heart, that PO2 become 90 mmHg, as some of the oxygen is used and transferred through coronary artery to the heart. But at the same time rest of the artery carry that blood with PO2 90 mmHg and PCO2 40 mmHg. Now see, when that arteriole and capillary get exposed to the tissue where the respiration process is going on, as you know that C6H12O6 where oxygen is continuously consumed to have oxidation of C6H12O6 and CO2 is continuously produced, therefore inside the tissue partial pressure of carbon dioxide is always high, and partial pressure of oxygen is less, and that is what PO2 of the tissue is 40 mmHg and PCO2 of tissue is 46 mmHg. And because of this gradient, carbon dioxide from tissue get diffused into the blood and oxygen from blood get diffused into the tissue. That is what from capillary oxygen diffuse in tissue, and from capillary carbon dioxide diffuse out from blood into the tissue. Now that carbon dioxide from tissue is diffused into the blood, transfer through vein to the heart. By the time partial pressure inside the vein blood or venous blood, PCO2 become 45 mmHg and PO2 40 mmHg. Same blood from heart is pumped through pulmonary artery to the lungs again, and the same cycle continue. So this is what transport and exchange of gases goes on continuously on the basis of partial pressure theory. It is very important to know about that partial pressure theory on the basis of this partial pressure at various level of transport and exchange of gases. Now, as I told you, it is depend upon the thickness of membrane. Then where do the exchange of gases occur? Primary site of exchange of gases is lungs alveoli to blood, and secondary site is from blood to tissue. So let you know by this diagram, these are the suppose three membrane which are in contact. Now this is air which diffuse in, and that what inside the lungs alveoli. Here in lungs alveoli, that internal lining of lungs alveoli are lined by squamous epithelium. You know that squamous epithelium is the thinnest membrane. That is what help to have the fast diffusion, and moreover that solubility of carbon dioxide is 20 to 25 times more than that of oxygen, and therefore per unit pressure the diffusion of carbon dioxide is faster than oxygen, and that is what therefore it is help to have easy exhalation of carbon dioxide. Now these three membrane, that squamous epithelium of the alveoli, basement membrane and endothelial membrane of the blood capillary. This membrane of the alveoli and endothelial membrane of the blood capillary both are made up of squamous epithelium. Squamous epithelium are tile-shaped dorsiventrally flattened cells. They have very thin membrane. This membrane altogether, these three, is less than millimeter, and therefore is very thin and has helped to have the fast diffusion of the gases across the membrane on the basis of concentration gradient. So once again, this three membrane system, squamous epithelium of alveoli, basement membrane between these two, and endothelial membrane of capillaries together, that help to have the exchange of gases between alveoli to blood capillaries. Same, when blood capillaries get exposed to the tissue where that exchange of gases occur, so endothelial membrane of capillaries is squamous epithelial, therefore it is easily when it get exposed to the tissue to have the diffusion of oxygen to the tissue and carbon dioxide from tissue to the blood. So it's very clear to you, there are these two sites as I mentioned here. Alveoli are the first site of exchange of gases, and blood and tissue are the second site of exchange of gases, and exchange of gases is depend on, already I told you, once again I repeat, it depends upon the pressure of that gas, concentration gradient across the membrane, solubility of the gas and thickness of the membrane. I hope you understood what is this transport and exchange of gases. Please practice this diagram, and in exam when question asks explain the exchange of gases on the basis of partial pressure theory, then please draw and practice this diagram so as to draw this, and you can have simple sentences related to this diagram into the examination. Moreover, once you understand this diagram and different level partial pressure, question asked in NEET become very easy to understand and solve. I hope you did understand today's video and like it. Also, I appeal you to share our videos with your friends and subscribe if you are new. Also, press bell icon to receive notification as and when new videos are uploaded. Thank you. Enjoy the learning.